Am I coming or going? Can't figure out which way I'm flowing. Listen closer, yo, somebody moving on that poster. Rub my eyes twice. Is it my life that got me seeing shit in hindsight when I rewind right? The limelight seems distant, but everybody telling me it's inches from my grasp when I lyrically blast. Yet I'm feeling like an outcast, but they win platinum Grammy action, got that money stacking. Trying to play my...
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. Clark, when you went up against another great forward in the league, what was your mindset?
One, I wanted to go right at him. I wanted to put him on his heels if I could. And then I also wanted to be attentive to trying to disrupt him and make him uncomfortable, because if you can get a guy off his game a little bit, that can serve you and your team well. So early, I wanted to get off to a good start, be physical, and try to assert my will in the matchup right away.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Fultz and Lagoa team together to make the backcourt. Dario Saric is out there with Simmons. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Redick, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. And Redick kicks to Fultz. Saric outside. Shot clock at 6. Embiid with the screen on Adams. No good from Simmons. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
Screen by Saric. And the pass to Simmons. Shoots over Adams. And Adams sends it back. Anthony with it, now guarded by Saric. Oberson, a three-pointer off the mark. Here's Philadelphia. Pass to Simmons. Banked in off the glass.
And I like watching Simmons go to work down low. I mean, with his length and strength, there aren't many guys that can keep up with him down there.
To the wing right side. And here's Westbrook from the arc. That shot off. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Simmons passes to Fultz. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. Feeds it to Saric. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Left side Westbrook. Over Fultz. Another miss by Westbrook.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. And Saric kicks to Fultz. Back to Saric. Pass to Simmons. And he lays it straight in. Greg, you watch the Thunder play, and it's clear that this team comes out looking to attack. Everyone on the team wants to put it on the floor and go right at the rim.
And part of that is their leader, Westbrook, just setting the tone. I mean, team finished near the top in points in the paint last season, and the addition of Paul George just helps to enforce that strength.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. It's going to be Embiid shooting. Steven Adams picks one up. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
One shot.
And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
Here's Saric after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Sinks the triple. Fultz has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Fires from deep. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. He kicks it to Embiid. Screen by Saric. George against Simmons. Back to Redick. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
There's not much a defender can do when George decides to go up with the pull-up. I mean, you got to respect both his shooting and his driving ability because of his speed on the dribble.
And here's Fultz after Paul George getting his 3 to go.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Now here's Redick following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. And Embiid throws it down.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his 3-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Outside, George. And the 3 off target. Philadelphia leading by 7. Fultz the pass to Saric. Here's Embiid. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Clark, a lot of ways to initiate the offense. What's the one thing you look for in a playmaker for a team?
Well, I think the willingness to give the ball up early and then to be able to understand what they're trying to get done offensively. So that comes back to basketball IQ, and we're assuming that the skill set is there. But to me, it's just understanding what you're trying to get every time down the floor and then being able to initiate that with the pass or the dribble.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Getting ready for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Jeremy Grant comes in for George. Alex Abrinas is checked in for Roberson. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. Now, here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. Now, here's Holmes. Tight defense on him. Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Felton.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
That free throw good from Patterson. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward. And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot. Tell you what, the defense has to be kicking themselves. Just a step late there, and the shooter made them pay for it.
Covington wide open, he fires. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Covington's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside, Felton. Here's Anthony. Again, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Here's McConnell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Johnson the screen, and here's Covington from the arc. No good there.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 1. And the second quarter about to